Hey, Kane
Big Daddy Kane.
and Lawrence, welcome. Glad to have you. Yeah, yesterday I had yesterday was my financial day. I taught an individual QuickBooks. Then behind that, I came in and taught a group QuickBooks, and then I taught a introduction to accounting, and it was the whole day. By last night, I was like, I don't have nothing left. I don't want to talk about a cash flow. I don't want to talk about nothing.
Tapped out.
And yesterday and today are my financial days because I'm going through, you know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Kane, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing?
Good. All right, Greg, we can go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to a few of you. My name is Gregory Sneed, and welcome to the community briefing. Today is October 14, 2021, one day away from tax deadline for those of us who are on extension. So hopefully you get your taxes done. My business is Lifesaver Financial Services, and I help my clients feel better about their money and keep more of the money they make. I've been in financial services now for a little over 40 years. And I believe that when you feel better about your money, you feel better about your life. I put some information in the chat, and my pleasure to help you in that regard. And now, our queen of the community briefing, Ms. Crystal Mitchell.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you. Another amazing community briefing. We have a great guest today, Ms. Hilda Kennedy. She's going to be sharing with us. And so I'm Crystal Mitchell. And I launched this platform for the community and making sure that we stay informed and that we also get to meet our leaders and stakeholders in the community. Some of us have that opportunity on a regular basis, but our regular business owners, you guys are working so hard, you usually don't have that opportunity and you just know of them, but they are here to help you. So that's what this platform is for. Make sure you put your contact information in the chat because this is a networking platform. I am the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and this program is sponsored by the BBA and Recycling Black Dollars and the BBA. And I am a business coach and consultant, financial strategist for small businesses when it comes to accounting software and making sure that their financial household and structure is in order. We are so happy to have you. I host another podcast called The Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, which you can pop into every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock and check us out. We have over 545 archives shows on our YouTube channel. So go over there and check it out. And while you do it, please subscribe. We're trying to grow our numbers. It's time to monetize, guys. Got to have revenue streams. So welcome. Glad to have you. With that, we're going to turn it back over to Greg. Stephen, you coming in at the end? Okay. And Greg will introduce our guest and we will get going.
All right. So today it is my pleasure to welcome our guest, Ms. Hilda Kennedy. Hilda Kennedy is the founder and president of AmPac Business Capital. AmPac has been established for 16 years. Congratulations on that. And she is a partner with the United States Small Business Administration, a 504 lender and micro lender, and a partner with the Department of Treasury as a community development financial institution, CDFI. AmPac has funded more than $500 million in loans for small businesses. As the only faith-based SBA 504 lender in the country, AmPac is committed to connecting faith and business and works with local churches and houses of worship to bring information to business owners involved in local churches. We should talk about that too. She has a degree from the University of Berkeley. She also participated in the Goldman Sachs 10K Small Business Graduate, cohort number 9. She last year received an award, the Woman Business Owner of the Year from NADCO, California. She's actively involved in her community. She serves on the National Executive Board for the SBA 504 lenders in the country. She's a member of the Board of Trustees for the California Baptist University, Riverside, and served as president of the National Association of Women Business Owners, which is NAWBO, both locally and in the Inland Empire. and also statewide, representing 11 chapters throughout the state of California. She resides in Upland, California. She's married to senior pastor Brian Kennedy at Mount Zion Church in Ontario. They have 4 wonderful children, and she loves to walk, hike, and one of her favorite things is high tea. Oh, okay, high tea with friends, her children, and bonus children from the church. She also enjoys teaching women's Bible studies. Please join us in welcoming Hilda Kennedy.
Well, thank
Awesome.
you.
What an introduction, lady. It's beautiful.
I see you read the whole thing. I thought you could give a few highlights, but thank you, Gregory. And thank you all for inviting me to be a part of this incredible opportunity to share a little bit more about what we do, and most importantly, the why of what we do. So as Gregory has shared, we are a mission-based lender. We're a 501c3, and we have a vision to uplift communities, strengthen families, and advance entrepreneurial dreams by financing and fostering business success from cradle to legacy. And so we expanded upon our loan program so that we could help businesses not only finance commercial real estate, which is the way we started, but to also finance the startup or emerging businesses. And if you hear nothing else, for anyone listening, I want you to get the message that it is possible. We are the first, and we believe the only still faith-based certified development company, or SBA 504 lender in the country. And so we are driven by that. And from the perspective of it is possible, because with God, all things are possible and nothing is impossible. We want to encourage small business owners, especially small business owners of color, to recognize that access to capital is possible for you. So I want to talk to you about a few programs that we have launched as a result of the pandemic. I want to talk to you about what we did during the pandemic and why what we're planning in the future is so critical. First of all, our loan programs, what we're doing now, our loan programs include a microloan program as low as $5,000 to a community advantage loan program of up to $250,000, where we do direct lending. We raise capital. Those loans are in our portfolio, and we serve businesses with working capital to finance equipment, to finance inventory, to finance marketing, employees. During the pandemic, we worked with a number of businesses who were trying to get the economic injury disaster loan. We did over $18 million in Paycheck Protection Program loans. I testified before Congress because we needed to do more. We were leaving businesses out, especially smaller businesses, sole props, single member LLCs. We were leaving those businesses out, and they needed to make the changes that they made, which made a world of differences for small businesses, especially businesses of color, to be able to get PPP loans. And our average PPP loan was $18,000. So we did well over 700 PPP loans, really hand-holding and working with small businesses. We also launched and worked on several programs in partnership with either banks or the county. So the county of Riverside, we sit in the city of Ontario, that's our headquarters. And we partnered with the county of Riverside to stand up an emergency program. And we did some grant programs like we did with ABB Bank to get emergency grant funds to small businesses. What we learned in all of that pandemic is there's a number of people who don't take advantage of the Crystal Mitchells and Gregory Sneeds of the world. They don't know their numbers. They don't know about their financials. I worked with several businesses who we were trying to help them complete the economic injury disaster loan on the SBA website, and they didn't know what their revenue was versus their net income on their tax returns. They just didn't know. We tried to work with several chambers of commerce who said, you know what, our members, they haven't filed tax returns. So if you have not seen Crystal or you've not seen Gregory, let me just put a plug in for them. You need to see them. We have got to get beyond, we have got to grow in our business financial literacy. And so what we did last year, it was part of our strategic plan, is we bought our building and we are launching an economic and entrepreneurial ecosystem because we are burdened about the number of small businesses of color who don't know their numbers and need to be better educated about their numbers. And we've built out the space so that we can do hybrid training. Gregory, that's why we'll be calling you, and Crystal, that's why we'll be calling you more, both virtually and in person, so that we can get people really getting a handle on business acumen and financial literacy, business financial literacy, and to encourage businesses that it is possible. If you've been a solopreneur, or in what I've termed, if you've been a self-employed, maybe you want to think about growing to become a small business and duplicating yourself. What happens when your business ends? What happens when your life ends? Does your business end, or do you have some succession plan? In order for the community to grow, we have to grow small businesses and jobs and go beyond ourselves. The other, what we launched also is a minority small business loan program as a result of the pandemic, where we're providing working capital loans. This is a smaller loan program up to $50,000 for small businesses. It's targeting Black and Latino owned businesses. And what we're doing is rewarding success. If you want to get this loan and you participate in training, at least 3 trainings, similar to what we did with the ABB grant, you participate in at least 3 trainings, we're going to provide you with a grant. We call it a scholarship grant for participating in training and getting educated. And then for making timely payments on your loan and for the training, we're going to reduce your interest rate annually at each anniversary over the first 3 years by 1.5%. Because what we don't want you to do, we don't want you to stay in debt. We want to try and reward your success and accelerate you getting out of debt. But we know in order to grow, you do need OPM, other people's money, so that you can scale. And so that program is specifically for Black and Latino owned businesses. And then we launched a program called It Is Possible. And it is a commercial down payment assistance program that we're doing in partnership with our SBA 504 program. The SBA 504 program is a program to help businesses with owner-occupied commercial real estate. Maybe you're renting space now and you're paying someone else's mortgage. We are accustomed to building wealth by owning a home. But what if you can own your commercial real estate? So the goal of this program is to help small businesses, Black and Latino and women-owned businesses, own their real estate with this down payment assistance program. The SBA 504 program provides down 90% financing. So the small business owner only has to do 10% down and finance 90%. If they were doing a conventional loan, the requirement would be somewhere around 25 to 30%. So the SBA program makes that more achievable. And on top of that, we're going to do a down payment assistance loan for it up to 50% of your minimum 10% down. So the small business owner who is already renting only has to come up with 5%. We'll do the other 5% in that long-term loan and help that small business owner own versus lease. What does that do for you? It allows you to build equity, create legacy planning, and create wealth. And if we think about what happened, what the Federal Reserve report and a report from Chase Bank talked about, the fact is wealth creation, the wealth gap in this country is so significant. When you consider white families versus Black and Latino families, 15 times the wealth of those families is what white families have. So as a solution in the world that I am in, we created this It Is Possible commercial down payment assistance program to support small businesses and helping them to own their own commercial real estate. The wonderful thing about the SBA 504 program is not only can you be an owner occupant, the requirement is that you occupy 51%, you can lease out 49%. So to those hairdressers and barbers around, you've been paying somebody else's mortgage long enough. Can you own that barbershop, that hair salon, and then lease out the space or create a second space where you're the supplier of the hair and the supplier of the hair products? Just thinking about ways for us to be able to really grow wealth. We are working on several committees to also create a underwriting guidelines that are have more racial equity. We've been studying the typical underwriting guidelines for most lenders, including mission-based lenders, that we really got from the Federal Reserve. And on one committee that I'm on, someone asked the question, who were they trying to leave out when they created these underwriting guidelines? Anybody heard of redlining? Somebody was targeted to be left out. I won't state the obvious, but we need to take a critical look at how we underwrite loans. And trust me, I'm a lender. I have to be paid back. I do, because I have employees, in fact, 25, and they have families and mortgages and car payments. So yes, we have to be paid back. But could we look at underwriting differently? And we're exploring ways to look at underwriting differently to create parity, to create racial equity in our underwriting guidelines. And so we're looking at introducing a product that does that, where we're not going to use traditional underwriting standards so that we can get more economically disadvantaged businesses financed who have been seeking capital, who may have been afraid or believed that it was not possible for them. And again, I say it again, we really want businesses, small businesses, economically disadvantaged businesses, businesses of color to know that it is possible. If someone has said no to you, turn it around, it's on, get to the person who can say yes. There are many options, many different credit boxes, but get prepared. See people like Crystal and Gregory. See your SBDC, Small Business Development Center. See your Women's Business Center and get the support. See your SCORE counselor. Get the support. I will say again, knowing your numbers is your responsibility. I didn't say you had to be the expert, but you do need to know your numbers. Not knowing how to read a financial statement is not an excuse. You have to know something about a balance sheet and income statement if you have chosen to be in business. And it's more than reading your checkbook ledger. We've got to get educated. And the reason I can say that this is critical is because we've been through this pandemic. We saw businesses that we had not seen before. And we know that there is a gap, and we're committed to helping all of us to fill it so that we can see these businesses not only launch, but grow, expand, and reach their maximum potential, because it's possible. I see some questions in the chat, so I'm going to just take a couple of those in terms of the 504 program, whether it's open to religious organizations and churches. And it is not. It is only used to finance for-profit businesses. If the church, I had a customer who was a professional painter, and he was a pastor. So what he did is he bought the building for his professional painting business, and he leased space. Remember that 49% option? He leased 49% to the church. That's possible. We can talk to you about being creative. If the church has a child care center, the child care center is owned privately by a company, and they lease space from the church and they want to buy that space. That's possible. We can talk creatively. Can the church be part of a transaction? Sure. 51% is the business and 49% owned by the church. That's possible. We should talk about what the options are. But to your direct question, nonprofit organizations are not allowed or are not eligible for SBA 504 or the other SBA 7A product. We're getting more questions about that because if you did the economic injury disaster loan or PPP loan as a nonprofit, you could get access to those programs, but traditional programs, that is not the case. I should also mention, and please tune in, lean into this comment. If you are a business owner and you have not applied for the economic injury disaster loan, the upgrades, I need you to get on your computer right now, go to sba.gov and get started. This new program, you can only apply through SBA. It provides loans for small businesses, 3.75%, and this is where the church can do something too, nonprofits as well. The small business or for-profit is 3.75%, a 30-year amortization, no loan payment for the next 24 months. Minimum credit score goes down to 570. You can get up to $2 million. It's based on your gross profit. So that's revenue minus your cost of goods sold is your gross profit times 2. If you don't have costs, it's your revenue times 2. Lowest credit score, 570. It's 4 screens on the SBA.gov website. Then you're going to get an email to set up a user profile. If you go in and do that, you can also apply for a grant. Even if you don't get the loan, you can get the grant. I hope right now you are on your computer, you are at sba.gov, or you are Googling economic injury disaster loan, and you are getting on. You need to have your EIN number, your employer identification number for your business, or if you're a sole prop, your social security number. You need to have a business bank account. You need to know both your account number and your routing number. You need to have your information about your business, and you need to go on and apply. 30-year amortization, no payments for 24 months, why would you not? And you can still get access to the grant. I hope that you can even tune me out to go on and apply, but I really want to encourage you to apply. Thank you so much, Gregory, for putting that in the chat. SBA.gov. Really, really easy program. Even if you don't accept the loan, you could still accept the grant where you have no obligations. I really want to encourage that. Someone, my chat went up. I'm trying to see some
Yeah,
of
we
the
can help
other
out.
questions.
Let's see. It says, can someone with a 570 to 650 score really get a loan from a commercial bank? One of the things that I found, Hilda, is that in our community, they've had so many setbacks over the years of being denied that, coming out and applying to once again be denied is just like another blow that they can't take. So a lot of people were really apprehensive about the PPP loans, the ones that really needed it. They were the ones that didn't apply for it because they were so afraid that they were going to be rejected. So this is excellent. And a lot of times it is because they don't recognize, they don't have the numbers, to ask a question that, to preference, can someone really get a loan with a 570? That kind of tells you where we are as a people, and especially our business owners. How do we overcome that?
You know what? A really good question, Crystal. I'm so sensitive to it. And as a woman of faith, I would first of all say that it's possible. So delayed but not denied. I'd say again, you gotta know, turn it around, it's on. Go try somewhere else. Can you imagine the number of no's people from our history got? You just have to keep pressing. If you believe in you, and I want you to believe in you, you have a purpose. In fact, God has a purpose and plan for your life. I'm not trying to preach, but I'm trying to tell you the truth. And so if you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in your business, if you believe that you're going to make it work no matter what, then you are going to push forward. You've got to get to your yes. And the SBA is demonstrating how serious it is. We recognize that credit scores have been a barrier for many people. That's why they dropped that credit score so low. When the EIDL first came out and they had a credit score, I got on the phone with SBA and I said, really, who are you trying to serve then? If you have a minimum credit score and it was in the mid 600s, you really don't want to serve certain populations. And I really think you need to revisit that. How dare you? And those of us who are in positions to say something, we have to say something. And so here we now have a 570. Go for it. What's the worst they can say is no, then find someone who can get to a yes. We're trying to figure out, because we know there are some implications behind credit scores. We need to look at credit history. Well, there may be a reason for that low credit score, but is there an explanation associated with credit history? Let's understand that and try and figure out a solution. And that's what mission-based lenders, CDFIs, can truly do. That's what we've been established to do. It does not abdicate someone's responsibility for being responsible, right? So if you've never paid a creditor, I'm going to tell you now, if you've never paid a creditor, I do not believe I'm that special. And what I'm going to tell you to do is clean it up and come back. Delayed but not denied. Yes, we do have to be responsible. There's a question in the chat about our service area, and we can serve throughout the state of California. We do a lot of our community lending throughout Southern California, but we have gone, we can serve throughout the state of California. Especially our 504 program, we've done projects throughout the state and in some other states where our clients have moved because the SBA regulations allow us to do that. The SBA 504 rates are fixed. You can finance and refinance with the SBA 504 program. So if you have commercial real estate and maybe you got in with a seller carry or hard money loan, the SBA 504 program is great for that. It's a public-private partnership. So I've already talked to you about the low down payment. Today's fixed rate is 2.91% fixed for 25 years. You're just not going to get that conventionally, and certainly hard money. It is affordable. And I tell you, I've studied these numbers over the last 2 years. And looking at this audience over the last 6 years, I'm sorry, the average percentage of loans that have gone to Black-owned businesses with the SBA 504 loan, less than 2%. The growth of Black-owned businesses pre-pandemic was over 30%. Is there a disconnect? And we're paying rent, but we're not owning. If you're a new business and a contractor, I see that question in the chat. If you have a business plan, which you're required to do, and business projections, you can certainly apply as a new business. We do those loans for startups. We go as low as $5,000, but you do have to have a business plan. And you do have to have projections. So I would say to you, work with your local small business development center or women's business center or SCORE to help you put together the business plan and your projections. There's no cost for those services. They don't do it for you. You do have to put in work. That's not an option, but they will help you do that. And we can then take that business plan and projections, and we can assist you with that financing. We want to. We're trying to get to businesses, especially in economically disadvantaged communities. Someone asked, doesn't our credit score decrease every time we apply for a loan? Yes, applying for multiple loans can impact your credit score. Most lenders are able to see what those impacts are and be able to make a judgment, especially mission-based lenders like us, and make a judgment as to what dropped the credit score. We are going to look at your credit history more than the score. And again, we're looking to see, are there a lot of late payments? Are there a lot of collections? Are there a lot of unexplained defaults? That's what we're looking for. If you know that's part of your credit history, number one, you want to be upfront. Number two, get it cleaned up. Not excuses. If you can explain, you know what? I had a medical issue. I was out for several months. All of my credit got backed up, and we can pull that out as a snapshot in time and explain that and can see how you're getting back on track. We don't reject loans for that. We have to be able to explain it though. And I can tell you, once we see a good business plan in your historical performance in terms of your business plan, what you're trying to do, we're the kind of lender, and it's part of our core values, prudent underwriting with the heart. We're not going to be irresponsible. A loan is a loan with an expectation it's going to be paid back. But how you look at that loan and how you underwrite that loan has to go beyond what are traditional underwriting standards. And that's our commitment.
I
Prudent
have another,
underwriting with the heart.
I have another question related to credit score. Do you have partners that assist individuals with investigating credit errors, FICO score errors? Years ago, I used to sell boats, and people would come in and they would run the credit, and it was surprised that sometimes something small like a medical copay would go into collection. In fact, I dealt with that with my mother. There was a $10 copay, and it went into collection. And I called the company. I said, "You serious?" But it was going to negatively impact. So people need help with credit correction, credit restore, credit repair. I mean, there's different names to it.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, Gregory, I haven't found anyone that I am comfortable endorsing. I haven't. I've heard I've been on calls. I'm always looking, but sometimes I hear stuff that I could not put my name on. I'm just not comfortable there.
They're a little
So
slippery.
say that again.
They're a little slippery.
Correct. And I want to do what's right by people, because I don't have to answer to people. I have to answer to someone much higher. And so I have to be careful with that. I would say to you that you too are empowered to do that yourself. Find someone that you trust and look through your credit report. You can pull those free credit reports and start making those calls. But if you find someone that you trust, you know you need the help, then go for that. And if anyone is on this call or anyone knows someone that you believe they're integrous, I can stand by them, let us all know, because we want to know how to help people in an integrous, ethical manner, be able to turn that around. And then to the person who wrote, I've been denied a couple of times. What I would encourage you to do, yes, don't give up. Don't give up. Delayed, not denied. So understand why you were denied and who denied you. Was it a traditional bank that it just doesn't meet their credit box? Really try and get a handle on that, so that when you come to us or whomever, you can tell us, you know what, they said this, and this is what I've done, and let's try and work on it. I'm so excited to see our Senior VP of Community Lending, Richard Pillay, on the line. And he is an incredible lender. He's been in the small business community for many, many years. He will cut it straight with you. He'll look at your stuff and tell you the truth. And he will try and guide you. If we can't, we'll try and give you enough tools so that you can get it cleaned up and come back. It doesn't have to be denied forever. It's just delayed. You want to get those things cleaned up, because no one wants to do a loan and then have to come after the loan. In my 14 years, we just had our first repossession of a truck. And very difficult, very emotional, but the people were so integrous that we served. They brought the truck back. They just couldn't go on. They had to close their doors. And we have tried to do everything that we could to work with them. They made that decision, and we took back the truck. We are seeking to get recovery, because for us, we're a small business too. And so if we don't get repaid, we have employees and families that suffer. So we have to be very careful about that. But our goal is to try and do a loan where you can be successful. And that's why we created the Reward the Success Loan Program, so that we can reduce your interest rate and try and maximize your ultimate success in repaying the loan, but getting the capital you need to grow and scale and fulfill the passion and do the incredible work that you're doing as business owners. We want you to succeed. And so we wouldn't give you a loan if we didn't think you could succeed. That's our commitment to you. And yes, we absolutely do finance franchises. We like to finance franchises. We do study the franchise to see what its history is, how successful that franchise has been overall. And SBA tracks data. SBA, the Small Business Administration, tracks data to see what franchises have failed the most. We could share that data to make sure that you're getting in the right franchise so that you know how successful that franchise has been and how successful they've been in supporting their franchisee. We have to do that kind of homework. And then the question about grants available for small and minority businesses. I've talked about the economic injury disaster loan. You know, hopefully all of you applied for the California Relief Grant. Grants are going away though. We had our day. A lot of grants have been out there, more than I've ever seen in my history, but they are not staying. I want you to be clear on that. They're not staying. They're going to be going away very quickly. If there's any more out there, go get them. But they're not going to be here to stay.
Let me say that one, give you some kudos. We're glad that you're here. You've probably been one of our best guests in going to the chat and grabbing the questions, because usually the guest is talking and we're grabbing the questions from the chat. So I applaud you for that. I also wanted to be clear that I was posing questions rhetorically. I am proud to have a 788 credit score, and it's recently down from 805. So because I closed an account and it changed that. So
get tips from Greg.
Yes. So I had somebody reach out to me. So, well, I can help you. No, my score is not 600. One question that I had put up in there is, what is the state of California doing? Anything similar to the SBA? Anything that, or LA County in this regard?
Yeah, thanks for feeding that question. The state guarantee program is a program we use a lot. And it's basically just a backstop though. So they have what's called FDCs, Financial Development Corporations in the LA market. You guys probably know Pacific Coast Regional. Mark Robertson, we love them. They're friends of ours. They have the state guarantee program. So they can, if you get a loan from a group like us, or even a group like Mark, PCR, or from a bank, the state will do a backstop guarantee to give that lender more confidence in making that loan. They're doing traditional underwriting, but that guarantee, the small business owner will pay some additional fees for that, but it does give the lender more confidence in being able to do that loan. We particularly love that loan when we're doing startups or emerging businesses to provide that backstop.
And for our audience, can you just briefly explain what a backstop guarantee is?
Yes. So a guarantee says if the small business does not pay you back, lender, we're going to pay for them up to 85% or 75%. So it gives the lender a little bit more confidence in doing the loan.
And I want to say thank you so much, Hilda. I love your passion and I love the mission. So you're looking at the people as individuals and not someone that applied for a loan and, you know, it's a yay or a nay without really getting involved to find out what's going on behind the scenes. So thank you guys so much for that. That's so appreciative. And you're right. So so for those of you that are looking to apply for loans, the more knowledge you have and understanding your numbers and actually what they're looking for is it's beneficial for you as opposed to going out there blindly. I do a number of workshops over at Vermont Slauson. I do have one next week on about cash flow and understanding how important that is into your business. I also do a 60-day to bankable, which gives you all the details and criteria that you need to be be working on in order to become loan ready for them and not have to suffer a decline, at least understanding why you would have suffered that decline. So it's really, really important to get your numbers together. I also do teach a number of QuickBooks classes over there. I have a 4-week series that is going there. And here's the interesting, Hilda. I've been doing those classes for Vermont Slauson for the last 3 months. I usually only, and they're doing their marketing. We get 1 or 2 people there. That's kind of sad, 1 or 2 people to show up. But I do the same kind of workshops over at the new Women's Business Center. They come out in droves. I did this yesterday. I did one for the Vermont Slauson and I did one for the new Women's Business Center. I had 25 people on there for the new Women's Business Center, and I had 2 people on for Vermont Slauson. So it's the populations. So we guys, I know it's hard. And I understand it, but I was training a client yesterday, and this is our second session. She goes, from last week to this week, I am so much more knowledgeable what's going on in my business, and I'm excited to continue to learn how to put my stuff in QuickBooks. So that's what we just have to take that first step. That's all we have to do so that we can come better prepared for you guys so you can continue to offer these great programs to us.
Absolutely. And I thank you for saying Vermont Slauson and the Women's Business Center, my great friends, Joe Roseanne and Quentin Strode. Really, the resources are there. Take advantage of them. We did with the ABB grant, on average, we had more than 500 people attending 3 consecutive sessions for that grant education training. And we are looking at ways to incent the training. We're writing for grants so that people who attend training, we can provide some kind of grant or stipend for their attendance. Because what we're saying is your billable hour is valuable. We know it then takes away from you making some money. So if we can put an incent scholarship grant in your hands as a result of you taking the training, we hope that we can have greater success on your behalf as a small business owner. So very, very good. Please call Crystal, call Gregory, and others who may be on this line. Get them to look at your books, your financials, get the help. You are worth it and your business is worth it. And AmPac would be honored to serve you. In addition to these great partners that were mentioned, Vermont Slauson, I know they have a program, a loan program, and Pacific Coast Regional has been in this market, in the LA market, over 40 years. They have a lot of great tools as well. And of course, AmPac would be delighted to serve you. And we're particularly looking for businesses, Black and Latino owned businesses and women owned businesses who want to own their commercial real estate. We are passionate right now about helping to close the wealth gap by helping people to own owner-occupied commercial real estate. If you're paying rent, pay your own mortgage and pass that on to your children and your children's children. It is possible. Matthew 19:26, with God, all things are possible. You can do it. We're here to support you.
That's fantastic, especially the ownership, because it gives you a big voice in the community when you actually own your property, as opposed to be a renter when they're coming in to gentrify your community and you have no say so. You just have to pack up when they tell you to move out. So I think that program is excellent. And if you have materials, you guys can send that over. I will make sure when we do our marketing for the community briefing, we will get that out and put it on our Facebook page, because I think a lot of times people just don't know. They really truly don't know. I've asked during the when Metro was bringing the train up, and I asked a number of businesses how long you've been in this location, and they're saying 20 years. And in that 20 years, you never thought that you could buy the building.
Right. Yeah. They don't know. They don't know that they can do it. And so I'm so big on that. And those of you who work in Inglewood, you know, what a perfect opportunity to get that started. Don't let people displace you. All those businesses in Inglewood and downtown Inglewood, make it happen. Tell them you want to buy that building, and AmPac will step in to support you with that.
Fantastic. Emma Maxey, you had something you wanted to state, a comment?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Hilda. You gave a lot of information. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
We can.
Okay, one of
Thank
the
you.
things real quick I want to say, I am with the SBA. You mentioned the EIDL loan is very important. If you're going to apply, you have until the end of the year, as long as the money is still there. So do it as quickly as possible. If you've applied for an EIDL loan, do not put a new application in. You must use your old application number. If you get denied, respond immediately. Find out why you were denied. If you do not respond to it, you won't get the loan. Also, a loan over $25,000, you have to have collateral or show proof of collateral. So remember that. There are no grants right now. The grants are all gone. The only grant that we're still funding are the SBLG, the Shuttered Venue Operators Grants. But the EIDL loan is the only one, and you will probably, once this pandemic is over with, you'll probably never find a loan like this again. So I do agree, try to get it. The interest rate is low, deferred payments, and up to $2 million loans you can get. And they've also changed the purpose of the loan. Once you receive it, you can use it for whatever reason you need to use it for. There was restrictions before. They have waived a lot of the restrictions. So if you can get the loan, get it. But be aware, if you apply, they're going to ask you for your 4506T with the application. Make sure you include that. That 4506T form gives the SBA the right to pull your taxes. So you have to have filed your taxes. And I'm just trying to give you some quick information if you're going to apply for this loan now. Again, if you've already applied for it, you know the process, your application is in. What you're going to do now is ask for an increase. And I put my information, I think I did, in the profile. And if you need to call me, I can help you with anything. And a lot of people are having problems probably trying to find out if and why they were denied. Call me, I can help you with that.
Well, great, because there's a question in the chat, so you have an answer. Call Emma. Emma, please put your contact information in the chat. You want to have an advocate with SBA. Get that number. Make sure you copy and paste, do a print screen so you can have Emma's number. Do not leave that money on the table. If
Absolutely.
you do, that's your fault. I wish I could apply. They won't let me apply. But I was on a call with some DC officials yesterday. I'm told that there is some prediction with SBA that those monies could run out as soon as by the end of this month.
Exactly.
Don't wait. Yeah, don't wait.
Don't wait.
As I said, I hope you have a split screen right now and you're applying right now. And whether you're a nonprofit or for-profit, get on the line, start applying.
So that has been awesome.
Get a denial, call Emma. Emma is
go.
going to help you. She is part of the SBA. You want Emma as a partner because you just need to navigate. They have a lot of tools on sba.gov and a lot of emails that you can send questions to. But as a member of the SBA team, she can get a bit of faster answer. So you do your outreach, but then have an advocate to do your outreach. You need an SBA advocate, especially if you've had a denial or you get stuck. and we can try and help as well, but you want someone like an Emma on your side. Don't hesitate. Get it done today.
You have been awesome, Hilda. Thank you so much. Oh my God. This has been great, and the comments have reflected that. So can you guys make sure to capture the comments in the chat, click those, hit those three little buttons right there at the bottom, that across from the two. And that way you can save that information. Reach out to Emma, reach out to Hilda, reach out to Richard Palais, so that you guys can get on board, sign up for whoever's teaching any kind of business, financial literacy, whatever classes, sign up for it. It will really benefit you and work for the future. And so that you can grow your business. Stephen has some statements that he wants to make, comments. Oh, we can't hear you, Stephen. Take your.
Wouldn't be a Zoom webinar unless someone is not muted. Again, Hilda, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your business schedule to join us today. Again, my name is Stephen Turner. I'm the managing principal of Slayton Group. We're a commercial insurance broker provided workers' comp general liability small group. I'm excited about next week's guest, and I'm glad you're on the line. Our next week's guest is the gentleman from Ever Table, which is a franchise. They have 10 stores and they have a goal to open up 15 more by the end of 2021, serving food, good and church food in our community at a fast food price. And they have franchise opportunities that you get in. Be this great. We will have a mayor debate presentation with the different candidates they're running for the mayor of the city of Los Angeles. So again, tune in, join us next week on the 21st and the following week on the 28th.
All right, thank you so much. And so if any of you guys want me to take a look at your financials, I do offer a complimentary appointment, and my link is in the chat room. So if you want to do that, please do so. And then I can direct you to some of the organizations that pay me to do this. And then that way it won't even cost you anything. So, and then you can come in under them, and then they will pay me for training and working with you. So take advantage of these opportunities. Don't know how long they're going to go on, but so if cost is the problem, but here's the thing, and I want to say this for all of us on this call that are consultants and coaches, you have to invest in yourself and in your business in order to grow your business. It just doesn't work without a coach, without a consultant, without someone that can help guide you. And we all have a network of referrals and colleagues that can also help you. So this is the time. We have to work now toward the post-pandemic and what our business looks like, so that we never get caught where we were in 2020. But if you continue on the pathway you're going, that's exactly what's going to happen, because there will be another catastrophe, another pandemic, another recession, another something that's going to take you out. So it may not have taken you out on this one, but the next one may be waiting for you. So be prepared so that doesn't happen, and that you be one of you're thriving and not just surviving to do business. So with that, it is closing. Thank you so much, Hilda. You guys will be able to find this big round of applause for Hilda. You're awesome. You'll find this a video to replay it if you like on our community briefing website. You also will find it on the YouTube channel with the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Tune in to the Business Zone, subscribe so that you get all of the great interviews that Gilbert and I, and that is on the community briefing. And I also do another show called Conversations on the Patio, and we talk about retirement and succession for those of us entrepreneurs that think we're gonna work to 90. We're not. We have to be prepared for that as well. So thank you guys. Use the scheduler. I'm offering it. I might not offer it next week. So use the scheduler. Make sure you apply so that we can see where you are, because you can't change something if you don't know what you need to work on. Okay. Thank you, everyone that has joined us, and come back next week. Continue to tell everybody about the community briefing. It is here for you. We want to continue to grow and offer this platform so that you meet these great people like Hilda and Richard Palais and Richard Kennedy over there. We want you, and Tina Phillips and Emma Mackey. All of these people are here. They're here for you. They're here for our community, but we have to support them, and we have to come to them correctly so that they can continue to be here for us. So thank you guys, and we will see you. Yes, I do share the recording. Do you share it so that we can put? Yes, I will share. We will share it with you, Hilda. So thank you guys. So we will see you next week. Tell everybody to come back. We have Bryce coming in to talk about franchising and how you can get in on an amazing deal, guys. An amazing deal on if you're looking for a pivot that may survive, will definitely survive for the future. So have a great one, guys. Be safe. We're still in a pandemic. Mask up, get your vaccine, tell somebody else to get their vaccine, and let's get back to normal. All righty. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now here.
Y'all come back now.
Thank you, Richard.